What up?
What up?
What up?
What up?
Welcome to Morning Motivation at 2 o'clock in the afternoon once again.
Good morning. It's a beautiful day.
It is it's always a beautiful day. I mean, every day above ground is a good day.
And that's all you'll hear me say every time. So
exactly. Anyway, so our quote is pretty awesome today. I forget it. What is it again?
the quote is very simple. It's not who you are that's holding you back. It's who you think you're not.
I love it. That reminds me of Tony Robbins, man. The only thing keeping you from doing or from having what you want is the story you have about why you can't have it.
No, seriously, I think I ask this question all the time too. What's holding me back? Like, why can't I go, achieve this thing I want to achieve, impact all the people I want to impact, make all the money I want to make, and go all the places I want to go? What's holding me back? And I always wonder, like, is it who I am? Am I just not the kind of person who would do that? And then I think about it, it's really who you think you're not, what you think you're not willing to do, help me elaborate on this, Cam.
What you think you're not capable of doing? Like, oh, I'll never be able to do that. I'm not born in this nationality. I'm not in this country. I don't have these resources. I don't have these people. I can't do that. You know what I mean? And that's just a lack of resourcefulness. That's another thing that Tony Robbins talks about. It's not who you think you're not. It's like you have to be that person. You have to turn into that person. Right now, you might not be that person who can achieve what you want or whatever, but you have to become that person. That's if you're expecting to be there, you have to be there. You know what I mean? And be there now. Like, I like Brennan. He's got it's his own quote. What would Brennan do? And in any situation, he'd be sitting there like, what would my ideal self do? My ideal self 10 years in the future, who has everything he wants, who's worked his ass off to get it. What would he do in this situation? You know what I mean? So that's something to think about as well.
Yeah. And I was speaking of Tony Robbins again because, again, we just talk about this guy
every
all the time.
episode.
But I was watching this video and he asked, what do you want? And then you kind of describe in crystal clear detail what you want. And then he asks, okay, what are you willing to do to get there? Like, what are you willing to do? Because sometimes it's like we want all these things, we want to travel the world, we want to impact people, we want to make lots of money and donate to all of our favorite charities and make the world a better place, right? But we're not willing to, sacrifice our time. We're not willing to sacrifice our effort. We're not willing to do this or do that or really get down to the grit of what's actually needed to make this thing a reality. So it's important to just get clear, what do you want and what are you willing to do to make it happen? Because if you're not willing to work hard, if you're not willing to make a sacrifice, if you're not willing to do what it takes, then you're really just wasting your time, energy, and you're going to live a life of regret.
It's nothing but a daydream.
It's a daydream.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, just be really honest with yourself about what it is you actually want and what you're willing to do to have it. Because, I mean, I've had this where it was back in Letterbomb when we were jamming with Letterbomb. It was like, I want to be in this band. I want to be this rock star that people look up to, and I want to perform for all these people and millions of people, make lots of impact and change. But I was not willing to put in the time practice-wise. Like, I'm not willing to practice, 4-6 hours a day on guitar. Like, I love guitar. It's just not something I'm not willing to do. Mm-hmm. So I'm honest with myself about that, and I've been able to reshift my dream or reshift my vision that makes more sense for me and something that I'm willing to do, If that makes sense.
It makes sense. You have to make those sacrifices, man. If you're 150 pounds overweight, that's like kind of intense. But I mean, if you want to lose weight, you've gotta make sacrifices. You gotta make restrictions in your diet. First of all, you gotta eat healthier. You gotta work out every single day of your life, basically.
Yeah, you gotta
work hard, man. You have to be the kind of person who works out 7 days a week. You have to be a runner. You have to be a world-class musician. You have to
change your whole identity.
Exactly.
Like, literally, the person, if you're not happy with who you are right now today, change your identity. Mm-hmm. Like, seriously, like, change who you think you are. Change who you really are. That's the key, because when you change from, I'm a fat person, I'm overweight, and I'm not happy about it, to, I'm healthy, I'm fit, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to make sure that is my reality, things are going to change for you because you've changed your identity, who you believe you are, and that's powerful. So I think that's plenty of motivation this morning. What do you think, dude?
I'm motivated.
I'm motivated. I'm going kayaking after this.
Cam's gonna take a nap.
Cam's gonna take a nap. Exciting stuff. You guys just go out there, live your lives.
go get motivated, I guess.
Go get motivated. This is where we kind of forget.
We talk a lot about change, but it makes sense because like if you want something more out of your life, that is a change. Just know that, like, if you want something more, that is change.
And if you don't, if you're happy with the way things are, you know,
then
and
that's
you're totally
awesome.
cool,
That's awesome.
beautiful. Just stop complaining.